All right. Our agenda will be following. I will cover, I will present a couple slides, so it will give us overview of whole applications, then I will dive into demo and show you features and functionality of our application. Then I will show you a BI solution, which we create for a couple of our customers. You might be interested in that. And then we will have 15 minutes for questions and answers. Meantime, you still have Q&A section in Zoom, as well as chat. So feel free to type your questions. So if you feel you will have questions after our presentation, after my presentations, you feel free to send us email to support@Econ Services. So it's a group email and we will answer your questions, but I will cover this as well. All right, let's start. So I'll present. So Google Sheet plus Xero is G-Accon. We have product overview and demo. My name is Yelena, and who we are top 10 application in Xero Marketplace. We Xero recommended app partner since 2019, and we emerging app partner of the year 2018. What our product line? We do have a very mature product, G-Accon for Xero. We have G-Accon for QuickBooks, and we just released yesterday in G Suite Marketplace, Workflow Max. So feel free to try us. And we do have G-Accon for AWS if you're more on tech side. So why we're using Google Spreadsheet? I'm not going to dive in details, but a couple of benefits I would like to highlight. A couple of unique benefits, I would say. Google Sheets absolutely free, no installation required. Again, we compare this Microsoft product. It's very simple to share. In your file, you will see on the right corner your share button. This is how you share your document, your spreadsheet, your Word document, collaboration. It's an amazing feature that multiple people can type and modify certain document, and you can see who did what in real time. It's absolutely amazing feature for Google Spreadsheet as well as Google Document. Cloud storage, we use that feature for, you do have your Google Drive. We do have this feature and we use it when you try to do backup. You automate your process using G-Accon, and one time or twice per month you would like to have backup, and we're suggesting you to backup. So all these backups will be stored in your Google Drive. Autosave is absolutely amazing feature because you can work on your document. You don't have to think, did I save before I close computer or close application? So it will do that saving for you. And version control, it's absolutely useful. You're typing document, you forgot what you did 1 week ago, and then you realize, oh, okay, that version 10 days ago was very useful for me. So you do have ability to bring that version back in life. I'll go that next slide. So what is G-Accon for Xero? In a nutshell, it's a Google accounting connector. But when you start using that, you can see it's a full-blown application, which has a lot of features, a lot of functionality, a lot of small workflows. And what it does, it's integrate Google Spreadsheet with Xero. So our kind of idea to synchronize data in both directions. So one direction, when you download data from your Xero accounts to Google Spreadsheet, we call it download. And when you go to other direction, we call it upload. So those are the main functionality, and why people use use our application, because it's allow you to automate both processes. And for accounting companies, firms, it saves a ton of time. As you see, our company have a G in the in the beginning of the word, G-Accon. So G stands for Google. So we truly Google Cloud application, which is used Google technology, AWS, and all this TH approaches. So what our application allow to do. So we allow automatically download reports, automatically upload reports, and create your own custom reports, and again push that through automatization. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So what is the basis of our application? Our application builds on template. So you have to understand before you create your reports, and when you create your report, when you create your custom report, everything based on template. So you build template or create template for reports, for queries, for upload, different templates, let's say for insert, update, delete your data, and you create template for automation. So for template for automation and whole process, we call it workflows. So you create different workflows. So what our application allow you to do, you can create multiple templates for multiple Xero organizations, and all this automation will happen simultaneously. So we also have extra feature which is available for you. You can get unlimited data for projects, assets, payrolls. We have a kind of relatively new module, audit trail data, when you can pull historical data through building your own queries. You can definitely share these reports within your team, or this your client by converting whole file and sending this file based on your own schedule. So you can save your custom templates in cloud. This is extremely valid, useful feature, which is allow you to save ton of time, because let's say you have 10 different organizations and you don't want to create this template from scratch, right? You create once this template, you spend time, you set it up, and then you reuse it. You reuse it in different tabs within Google Spreadsheet, you reuse it in different spreadsheets, or you share this your team members so they can use your template. So this is very important. As of now, we allow to do automatically upload from spreadsheet to Xero tables about 20 different objects, 20 plus objects. And I'm going to show you what are they. And what you can present to your client. We understand not each and every client comfortable to see your spreadsheets, and sometimes you have a ton of data, and not each and every tables or reports will be useful for your client. So in this case, you create subset of reports to your client, and you have ability to convert that to any BI solution you're comfortable with. I'm going to show you Kpi template that we create for one of our customers, which has Google Charts, which is built-in application, built-in within a spreadsheet, which is allow you to build your dashboard, your tables, your graph. Extremely easy solution for BI presentation through Google Data Studio, because it's the same basis, it's the same Google technology. Tableau, I absolutely like it because it's very easy to use. It's a drag and drop, very intuitive solution. You can connect our data to Microsoft Power BI tool or Looker. So basically it's up to you, but this is how people use our application from the presentation layer. This is how they present data, which we push from Xero accounts to the spreadsheet, and then you display it and you create this BI solution for your client. All right. So what I'm going to do now, I will pause and see if we have any questions so far. If not, let's dive to our application itself. Yeah. close this window. All right, so what I did before our webinar, I just went to G-Accon for Xero and I signed in. So moment you sign in, you create the secure channel between Google Spreadsheet and Xero organizations. You can load multiple Xero organizations, and this is what you can see. So you can see our standard reports here, which is predefined reports. Some of them we build based on data, which we receive from Xero, and some of them we design by ourselves. Let's say all age reports is designed by us based on ton of information which we pull from your account. And report designer. So this section where you create your own queries. So basically internally it's your select statement from certain objects, right? You use some condition for this, order by. So I'm going to show you how to use it. And in that section, you will create your accounting reports. This is your audit trail module. You can pull your assets and project. And for me now, I am logging in demo Australian account. So I have a U payroll. So we provide 3 payrolls for you guys. We have Australian, New Zealand, and UK, which is available for you. And let's start the standard report. So we assume I log into my first Xero organization, and the most popular report, which is I'm going to pick up, is P&L, right? It's the most popular one. So when you load, this is how you get report from Xero. You create template, and we call it report template. Those how many reports available for you. Very popular report account transactions, which include every transaction, including manual journals. Those reports are age reports. You can see it's payable. We have new set of reports, payable, aged payable by contact groups. Then you can see groups, including in one column, then you have contacts, then you have your payable in different buckets. This is set of receivables reports, very popular. Absolutely balance sheets should be here. Custom range balance sheet, you can use it. Budgets versus actual, budget summary. Those are very useful reports. We have set of purchase orders reports, which is not available in Xero, quotes, and set of trial balance, which some of them has net movements, sometimes it's useful. And definitely cash summary, statement of the cash flow is available for you. So if you want to take care more tracking category from P&L perspective, you might want to look and check P&L original. So that might be helpful for you. So I will start P&L. So what you have to understand, the first option, we have dynamic date range, and this concept through whole application the same. So it's nice that you understand it once. So if you set up dynamic date range this month and set up automation, so how the program will work. This month, now we're in March, right? And you will have automatically updated data. Let's say P&L, you update daily. So every day is going to be fresh data in March. So then we're slowly moving to April, right? And what it does, you don't have to touch this program. It's automatically go to months, next month, and then next month. So this is how you set up dynamic range. So, but if you're not, if you don't want to go this, you have absolutely easy feature, static date range, where you set up your own date range and pull data based on your business logic, right? Business rules. So another nice is kind of tips here. If you would like to set up your own logic from where to pick up your data, you can use custom date range. So what you can do, you can identify any formula you want. So for example, I put here in the L3, I will put today. It's our formula. And what I do, I can put through reference, refer to this cell within my template. All right. And what it does, it's every time we'll create today today is 10, tomorrow is 11, and it's dynamically built, but now you can see, you can use your own logic, so whatever you want. So we call it custom field, which is driven by your spreadsheet data. So it's very useful if you cannot find the solution which is already built for you. All right, so I'll come back to March 1st. So this is my P&L. I put the range as a 1 month. Those are my accounts. You definitely can choose account specifically what you're looking for, or just pull all accounts. This is account type. It's filtration, very similar what Xero has. You can choose your cash transaction. It can be true, false. You can compare to previous periods, right? So you can do up to 24 months for this specific template, but you can change the template. You can create as many templates as you need. So for our purpose, I just pick up 3 previous periods. So it will go to December, right? 4 months back. You can do sorting by ascending, descending order, and you can choose layout for report, traditional, where you can see your revenue, your cost of goods sold, your operating expenses, net profit, and everything will be in traditional view. If you want to see historical view, this is very useful if you build BI solution. It's kind of open up all these fields. You can play around and see what's the difference, but you might want to use historical view if you want to feed data, let's say to Google Data Studio or Tableau. So that's very useful feature for that purpose. So we stick to traditional. I would like to see year to date, so I keep it true. And this is region option. This is my checking category. All right, so this is the first field, and it's the same, similar for each and every report you pull. So now I would like to show you change pool settings. So that option responsible how your data should look like in your spreadsheet. For example, in my case now, I'm already open new spreadsheet, right? And I don't want to create new, so I can uncheck this. I want to keep my original formatting because I put certain cells sizes, or maybe color, or maybe background. So I would like to keep what I have. You can also have, you don't want to have a total summary rows. Those are checkbox. If you want to see account type, if it exists in the report, you can do this, or don't see this type. If you run P&L, let's say for 2018, so probably you don't want to refresh it because nothing will be changed. So you said exclude from auto refresh. So those fields are very, very, very helpful, and it has a lot of application. So be careful. So this is how your data should look like. Just read what you need and check and uncheck based on your business rules. So now create deep link to Xero. I like this field. You can click it and see exactly screen or invoice or account from the Xero. So I'm going to show you. So now I think we're ready. We choose whatever we need to choose, and I click on execute button. So what it does 2 things when I click execute button. First, it saves my template. And secondly, it's pull data from Xero to my spreadsheet. And this is what you can see. As you can see, it's traditional layout. You can have income, cost of goods sold, operating expenses. It's your profit, net profit. Okay, so we're all set. So we assume this is one organization, and we are done this template, we satisfy, right? So now the next step will be, let's assume you want to switch and set up different organization. So what you're going to do, you go to switch organization, and for you, if you have multiple, you will have list of organization. So you choose new organization, you click on switch, and you close. So what I should not do that. Let me show you how to save this in cloud first. First, we will save this template to the cloud and then reuse it to next organization. So I will go to update, modify, delete template. This is a way if you need to modify template, delete it, or save on the cloud. When I double click on this link, it will pull template and it will allow you to do modification. I just want to show you this. And then Next step, what I'm going to do, I'm going to save it in cloud. And I can say P&L baseline, right? Or example, I can do, or test, whatever. So I save it here. So this is my template essay. So my next step is, like I said, switch organization. In my case, I have only one demo, but in your case, you can move and pull different organization, and all the settings for organization will be available. And now what I do, I load the save template from cloud. And in my example here, I'm going to pull, I know this template belongs to report. I can narrow my search down, and this is my baseline. I can double click. I also have a button here. I can share this my another team member, but I double click. I have to pull this report from the cloud, and I have to execute this. So as you can see, the same settings, what I saved is there. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to check, put different names, so make sure it's not confusing, because all of them by default called P&L. P&L, I would say organization number 2. Right? And I will start my template in this cell, K1. You can type it here, or you can do, you can refer through the reference field. And I'm ready. So now I execute, and now I set up 2 templates, which is internally connected to 2 different Xero organizations. And my next step, why you guys want to use us, automate the process, right? So definitely you can see on my screen the same set of data, just because it's one organization, so you will see different P&Ls. So my next step is to automate the process. I will go under G-Accon for Xero, you have automation, and you start creating workflows. So how I would suggest to create workflows? If you have, let's say, invoices, your quotes, purchase orders, you might want to combine them in certain frequency. Probably you want to refresh them every 3, 4, 5 hours, right? If you're looking at P&L, different P&L may be scheduled daily. Maybe you can combine all P&Ls and run at 1 a.m. Then you go check your account receivables. Let's say age account receivables, you want to update it at 4 a.m. Then your payable, you update at 5 a.m. So basically you create, or maybe you want to do sending some notification to your user in another spreadsheet, which is work at 6 a.m. So basically you spread your automation like over a day, over time. So make sure you don't have failures or bottleneck. So that's very helpful. So how did we do that? So we can have workflow number 1. So this is name. So I copy this, my description. Definitely for you, you can put like P&L, right? So something meaningful. P&L. Whoops. P&L. And I will copy the same on description. So next step is add templates. What will happen, all available templates, which is belong that specific spreadsheet, will be available for you. So you can have them 10, 20, 30 of them. And next step, you drag and drop it, and that means you select the template. Okay, a very nice feature here, very useful. It's template settings. And what it does for you, you will receive notification in different situations. So in my case, when I look what the options available, I would say, I would like to have notification in case of error. If my refresh doesn't work, something happened, I want to know that. So do you want to receive every time notification in case of success? You might in certain situations. But for me, I said, okay, this is good enough. So I have to set up this flag for each of my templates. So, and my next step will be scheduler. So scheduler, now again, I'm looking and see, okay, this is P&L. How often do I need to refresh data? I would say, yeah, daily will be good enough. And I choose around 1 a.m. Then I keep the selected log selected. This is the key of the application where you can trace your processes for success or failure. I would keep it checked. And this email option in case if you want to convert whole spreadsheet and send it, I would say to your client, what they can receive. You will specify recipients' addresses over here in the first box. This is your email subject, message, excuse me. And then they can receive your spreadsheet as a spreadsheet link. So make sure if you have subset of data, you don't send the data to them that which they don't want to see, right? So be careful. Or you can convert whole file in Microsoft Excel file, CSV file, or two different PDFs, these different layouts, landscape or portrait. So you also can set up alerts. So this is very useful functionality. Let's say I have one of my clients a couple days ago just requested, okay, how can I set up alert to send a notification to my client 5 days for invoices before they due? And this is very nice feature over here. So you can select invoice, let's say day due, set up alert and send the client if certain condition met. So you can have string conditions and days number. So you can nicely set if due day less than 5 days before they due, right? We send whole file to client and client get notification and they will start act on this. So this is very nice feature too. And this is backup. When we talk about cloud backup, this is a place where you set up backup. Again, don't mix everything in one workflow. Create one workflow for customer, one flow completely for like P&L or age receivable or balance sheet. And backup, create absolutely new workflow, like new workflow for backup, and you can do it monthly backup of your file. It's a snapshot, all right? So that's it. So now we're ready, we apply and execute. So now, as you can see, I set up my schedule for 1 a.m. Definitely, I'm not going to sit here and wait 1 a.m. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to run it for you. So I go to under automation, and you have menu options here. Update, modify, delete workflows. So it's the same concept. I click it. If I do have multiple workflow, you see view workflows, all of them will be listed here. So in my case, this is my workflow, which I just created. And I have nice button here, execute now current workflow. This is what I'm going to do and check how good I can execute and what is my execution. And what it does is create separate tab, which called automatic operations event log, which will show you exactly what's happening. And as soon as the whole process is done, this window will be closed. All right, so you can see it's a timestamp here, and the first workflow get pulled. This is my first template. This is my second template. And what you have to check the status. If it's success, in case of error, it will say error. And now what it says, if it's error, you have a couple options, right? You either go to add zone and use refresh all data for current tab or for all sheets, means for whole spreadsheet by yourself. So you're doing this manually, or you wait for next cycle, right? So this is options for you. That process is done, but this very important. And every time then automation process works, it's add more and more logs. So this is your log file. It's very important. If something doesn't work, we will see and you can see what's going on. This is your log file. The next feature, what I'm going to show you, report designer, design accounting reports. So this is very important. Sometimes you have predefined reports which works for you pretty well, and some of the reports doesn't work for you. You need more information, less information, or you want to create your own reports. So this is what you're going to use. So we have that many objects which you have ability to pull. It's account, bank transaction, CN here, inventory, invoices, journals, manual journals is most popular. Definitely payment, overpayment, purchase order, quotes, tracking category. Sometimes recently I saw people using tracking category. So I will choose example invoices. So what it does, the same concept here. You have date range. And which can be, let's say, invoices. I will push some invoices from February. So it's my demo account. So from February to March, I have invoices. I can select everything, each and every attribute. This is how you build your query. So select everything, unselect everything. You open embedded objects here. You see it's get open right away. You close this. And the last icon, this is most important icon because it's change column order based on your needs. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the same structure to do upload. So for me, it's important to find invoice ID because I would like to have invoice ID and invoice number on the first two columns. So I grab invoice number, I put in column B, I will put in column B, and I'm looking for invoice ID. This is my identifier. It's internally created number. It's like Social Security. I'll put it on the first place. All right. So, and now let's see. I'm not talking about the same API taking care invoices and bills, right, for Xero. So what I'm going to do, I will narrow down my load and I will identify type as a receivable. So I'm taking care only invoices. So this is the way how you do it. If you need both, definitely you don't need filtering. If you need payable, if you need bills, you pick up payables. So this is payables. If you do need to select certain statuses, so you can do that too, right? You need to see only authorized. So here is a way to go. So you choose whatever you want. All right, so I'm ready to execute. Again, I do two things. I save my query template. So now it's my query template. I could put name, different name, and I pull data. So I pull data from February till end of March. So, and then based on data, eventually this is raw data. If you need to build any formula or any business rules, so please use right side of your template, because every time when you refresh data, our program will refresh it based on the template. So basically, if you try to pull your calculation below this template and you know the fields are growing, everything will be overridden. So the best idea to put all your calculation on the right side, right? On the right side over here. So I want to show you that's very useful here when we pull invoices. This is deep link. So this is deep link. What it does, you click and it will open Xero and the same invoice which we pull. So you can double check if invoices what you're looking for. Okay, this is what invoice. This is what deep link does. All right, so this is our structure. And again, you can automate the process. This is invoices. You can refresh it every 3, 4, 5 hours if you need to. All right. So my next step, I'm going to show you how to upload set of invoices or invoices in bulk. So that it was the reason why I pulled structure first. You can type the header manually by yourself, or if you're like me, I would like program to do stuff for me. So I use these headers to do mapping between Spreadsheet and Xero fields. So I did it purposefully. So now I go to G-Accon for Xero and I pull upload accounting data to my company, to my account template. Again, recreating template. So what I would suggest if you doing, let me copy some records. So I'm preparing data which I'm going to upload. All right, and I remove ID and I will put here test. All right, because its order invoice number should be unique. So what we have here, you can upload all rows. So basically you can prepare for whole day set of rows, 1,000 rows, and then automate the process and said, I need to upload everything at 9 p.m., right, by end of the day. So you can select, like I did now, currently selected rows, and I would suggest to create mapping and a try application only by using one row, so you will not mess up more. Then you can also specify date range and say, okay, my date range from I don't know, 9 to 824. Those are my date range. Or you can specify rows separated by colors. commas, okay? So 5, 6, or 7. So this is our upload. I keep back currently selected row, and those are your objects. So now we put couple changes. This release account and bank transactions, you will be able to do not only insertion, like new transaction, but update your chart of accounts in this case. And in bank transaction, again, we introduce update function, so you can update that object as well, this record as well. So I come back to invoice. You have credit note allocation, refunds. It's very useful. Tracking category options available for you. So in my case, I choose invoice. So it's very important to see what is my first table cell, because it allows you to map automatically your header to the field in Xero. So, and now internally it's running. This is my result column. And then I will show you mapping. So this is how program decided how it should be mapped. Again, this drag and drop, it's available for you in case if something doesn't get mapped properly, or if you type header in the spreadsheet by yourself manually. So you will do this manual. So if you do insert, this is top table, it's only informational only structure. So it means your data must have status in these 6 statuses, and type must be provided. So it's nothing to choose here, it's just informational only, so make sure you don't forget it. If your fields have a red star, it is mandatory. So now we have a couple operations here. We have insert and update, right? So if you do insert, make sure this ID, identification number, is empty, because that will be created by Xero through API. If you have update operations, so make sure this ID are provided. They must be provided, because this is your identifier, how API identify which record you're talking about, okay? So let's assume I trust the program, I don't care what's the data, I just show you how it's going to run. Again, I execute and save template. So it's 2 things. Now I'm working on upload template, which has insert operation, and then I try to push data, right? So let's see, I move to the right and see what is my result. I'll put that right, and I will copy this so you can see what that means. I copy these fields, and what it does, if it will be successfully generated, this ID will be provided, and it will be linked to invoice, new invoice, to the Xero. But now it says, oh, it's something not valid. This is your English error, which is said invoice of not valid status of creation, because I blindly created data. But in case if it's successful, you will have your ID and you have success true. So this is your point where you can verify. If you have 1,000 records, like all the field will be viewing, and you can see if each and every row created successfully or not created. All right. So this is upload. So this is very straightforward, but again, you have to create this once, right? And then you can reuse your template. You can save it in cloud as well. So now let's say I don't want to go and I change some data, right? In my case, I change some data and I want to execute last saved template. This is shortcut. So basically, last saved template, you can execute by clicking upload to Xero, that last template, okay? So this is some kind of tips. So now what I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you a little bit BI solution. So this is my KPI data. It's maybe 10 plus different reports. So this is my data for P&L for 4 years. This is my cash summary. Again, this is from 2017 to 21. I have P&L summary. I have budget summary. So it's a lot of data. And if you would like to use Google chart, for your BI solution. So this is how it can look like, right, for your client. So this is P&L for 4 years. This is 2 years net income. This is cash summary. So based on the data. So what's happened? You automate the process, you refresh data, and your number will be changed. So this will be dynamically updated data. And this is how it looks in let me see, Data Studio, and it's called for me Kpi template, and this is based on the same data. So I set up data source and data flow to Google Data Studio, and this is how it looks like. I believe clients who is not that savvy in accounting, they would like to have something like this. You put your cursor, you have nice numbers, it's colorful, it looks nice, looks very professional. So this is cash summary. All right, so I have a couple more. Budget versus actual, this is all your accounts. So this is budget summary. So this is how it looks like, and they can move, and it's very nice. All right, so what else I'm going to show you? I'm going to show you a couple features which might be useful. First, to set up default values for your spreadsheet. You go to user preferences, and this is default value on how your data look like in reports, and this is your own reports, right? Design your own reports. So you can pre-populate or put default value based on how you feel you need it. And another nice features which you want to know, change template ownership. It's very important because you can work as you set up all environment for your client, for example, and then eventually you want your client run your template by itself, by himself or herself. This is a way how to change template ownership. And another useful situation when you have team which is working on different accounts, different Xero accounts entities, and then somebody gets sick on vacation. So this is a place when the owner who is going to vacation change the ownership, and you can run these reports on this person's behalf till this person come back, right? So don't forget, this is very useful. Or you just change your account by yourself, because sometimes you in trial, you use one account and eventually you go to your company domain account, right? So this is a way when you change ownership from your personal account to your company domain. All right, so this is useful feature. So now I'm going to show you our website, and what do we have? We do have, this is product, right? It's everything about product. We offer 14 days trial for free, no credit cards required. All licenses for now go for by Google account, by users, these unlimited organizations. So I said by now because we're working on domain licenses. And if you have big organization, even now we offer like maximum, our enterprise version, this unlimited user, unlimited entities will be $250 per month. So even if you have, I don't know, 30 people working, so it will be maximum what they're going to pay. But if you, for now, if you have more than three person who needs, each and every person needs their own license, we're giving 30% discount. So we try kind of work toward our domain licensing, new pricing concept. So pricing wise, this is pricing plans here. This is light, we still keep it. And this is unlimited Xero organizations. The difference is light version, you can do each and every function, but save template in cloud and automation. But you can view and pull each and every report you need. So that's designed for very small company or business owners who doesn't have big accounting firm, right? But for big organizations, definitely I would suggest to have automation. I would suggest to have safe cloud, multi-currency converter. So this is part, and upload. yes, big thing is upload, is part of $30 per month plan. Another supporting set of documentations will be on our website under support documentations. And you can see it's step by step everything. It's about Xero. If you want to try Workflow Max, here is step-by-step process, exactly how I explained. And if you need to set up BI solution, BI part is here. Some question is here, frequently asked questions, and that will be very useful. Another thing, you might want to check some of our blogs in case we have one of the popular kind of email. When people move from one Google account to another Google account, you have Google error. So this is nice blog on how to get rid of this error. And every time we try to put new blog, as soon as we introduce new features. So let's say our new features was introduced in the beginning of February. So this is how it goes on the blog. So it's very useful piece of information. So, and lastly, I would like to mention how to find us and how to contact us. We would prefer you to use either support, Econ services, email, or sales, because now you will start playing this our application and you might have questions. So send emails to support. Don't choose like my email or one of our technical guys' emails. This is our group email, so everyone will see what you're asking. If it's straightforward question, definitely I can handle, but if it's very deep technical questions, we have very good technical team which will help you, or at least give you direction. Again, if you do have a case which you need to discuss this me or technical people one-on-one, and you need specific solutions, so you can schedule Zoom call. All right. So what I'm going to do now, let me see if I have 12 minutes. If you guys have any questions, I can allow you to talk, or you can type. And this session is recorded. So as soon as Zoom will convert it, I will be able to send it to you. I know it's a lot of information, but eventually you will have time to digest it. Again, now it's a text time. We do understand you might not have time to finish your testing. And in this case, send us a mail and say, okay, I need more time for trial, and we have no problem. Your trial will be extended and you can finish the testing. Regarding cancellation of your licenses, we don't understand. You might have client, you might not have client, you use Xero, your client don't use Xero. Anytime when you feel you don't use our application, just send us a mail, and your license will be canceled without any questions. So we're very flexible in that. We don't want you to stuck this our product and don't use it, or if you're not happy, again, you can cancel license as well. All right, so let me see if you guys want to ask me something. All right. If not, I would thank you very much for joining my webinar. I will send the recording after that, maybe in 5-10 minutes, and send us a mail if you have any questions, and have a wonderful afternoon or evening. Thank you. Bye.